This works. This works. Nice. Do they have removal? We hit for 10 and then 9 for 19. Hello, good game. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're all having a magical day. Thank you so much for taking the time to support the channel. Another free-to-play deck with Kamigawa Neon Dynasty in mind. There's some new cards in Kamigawa that are ridiculous within the uncommons and commons, power level wise, that are rivaling some of the rares and actually some of the tier decks that we see, which is really cool from not only this set but past sets. So, you know, big shout out to Wizards. I do love when you guys create sets that is more accessible to the average player who's just starting and can be competitive, right? So similar to how cycling Flare was when Ikoria was around, we do have some really nice free-to-play decks like that for you guys here. So taking a look today at Rakdos Sacrifice or Rakdos Artifacts. That's the color combination of red and black. We have the Anvil in here and the Dragon Spark Reactor doing some heavy lifting, which is pretty cool. Playing in the play queue. If this video gets 500 likes, I'll take it into a standard constructed event and we'll farm gold and get 7 wins with it. All right, so in today's video, we're going to break down the deck list, talk about the strategies, the synergies, showcase all of this within the gameplay footage to give you a deeper understanding of how to pilot the deck effectively and efficiently. And then we'll wrap up with our final thoughts, deck review, card of the day. All right, cool beans. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out that link tree, and check out this deck. Alrighty, so the Artisan, free-to-play, black and red Anvil. Artisan is a format which only consists of commons and uncommons, right? This is a very friendly format for people who are new to the game. The power level is down, and there's a really nice way to explore different synergies between cards without being, I guess, oppressed by some of the top meta cards that you're basically forced to build around to be competitive in, you know, that top ranked mythic position, right? Or the championships or the tournaments, if you will. With this being said, I hope to see Wizards bring in a full-time Artisan queue, or maybe even just rotating events at a more frequent rate, as they are there scarcely. Today, we're going to break down the deck list here. First of all, 60 card standard, best of 1.7 average mana value with 12 creatures, 28 non-creatures, 20 lands, right? So the light land total is because of the curve, right? 1.7 curve it's nothing. We have 1-drops and we have 2-drops. You get 2 land, you're good. You get 3 land, you're off to the races, right? 4 land, settle down. So, you know, 10 of each, that's fine. And the main cards of the deck, the On-Occult Anvil for 2 as an artifact. Whenever 1 or more artifacts you control leave the battlefield during your turn, create a 1/1 colorless construct artifact creature token. This ability triggers only once each turn. We can tap it to sacrifice an artifact at instant speed to deal 1 damage to any target opponent. Each target opponent, and we'll gain 1 life, which is absolutely fantastic. So we're dealing damage, we're gaining life, we're creating tokens. That's 3 things off of a checklist that might only consist of 10 things, right? So with that being said, there's a few more components here. The Dragon Spark Reactor for 2 as an artifact. Whenever Dragon Spark Reactor or another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, put a charge counter on it. We can pay 4 to sacrifice it at instant speed to deal damage equal to the number of charge counters on it to target player and target creature that they control, which is really, really nice. And then finally, for the Combi Wombi, is the Patchwork Automation. For 2 mana, a 1/1 artifact creature construct, ward 2. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Patchwork Automation. Ward, you know, they'll have to pay an extra 2 mana to target it with a spell, which is really nice, or you know, an ability. So that will help it from being removed, unless by a field wipe, of course. And as we are playing multiple artifacts each turn, this creature is going to get pretty beefy, which is pretty cool. So, you know, those are the 3 main cards of the build. Play the Reactor first, get that automation out, and then the Anvil. Of course, the Reactor will get plus counters for each of those plays afterwards. The Anvil can start going crazy. You know, the Blood Fountain. For 1 mana, when it enters play as an artifact, it'll trigger it. It will also create a blood token, triggering it a second time. And then we have the Sanguine Statuette as well for 2, similar fashion as an artifact. When it enters, create a blood token. However, 2 different abilities within these 2 cards. The Statuette, whenever you sacrifice a blood token, you may have it become a 3/3 vampire artifact creature with haste until the end of turn. So as we're trying to do damage, this is a fantastic way to do so. The Anvil can sacrifice the blood token. The blood token can sacrifice itself. Things like Deadly Dispute can sacrifice it, or Voltaic Surge, right? So there's lots of options to sacrifice the blood token, creating the Statuette into a 3/3 to increase our damage output. In similar fashion, the Blood Fountain can pay 4 and tap to sacrifice itself, which would again trigger the Anvils, which is quite nice, to return 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand, and we can be sacrificing creatures with Deadly Dispute, and then bring them back for additional value. Things like Reinforced Ronin, as we can discard it to draw a card and then bring it back to our hand. Decent. We also have the Virus Beetle. When it enters play, each opponent will discard a card, so that's nice value here as well. It is not a main synergy, but something to keep in mind for a little added value. Moving away from this, let's talk about some of the removal. Voltaic Surge, dealing 2 damage at instant speed to target creature or planeswalker. If we sacrifice an artifact spell, it'll deal 4 damage instead, and again, that's a nice way to, at instant speed, be sacrificing any of our artifacts to trigger the Anvil on our turn, or even just potentially, get things rolling to push things to our grave, right? Like we could sacrifice a Virus Beetle or potentially a Ronin after it's attacked to send it to the grave, and then to pull it back from the grave. So there's really nice ways to ensure that you're getting the most amount of value as your cards possibly can. Value through the Synthesizer. As an artifact, it triggers things. You can pay 3 to sacrifice it to create a 2/2. Also, when it enters play, you get access to a card in exile to play this turn, and when it leaves play, the same, which is really nice, right? So good card advantage while triggering all of our goodies here, and we can even create that token. We can sacrifice either a creature or an artifact in general to create an artifact, another treasure, and draw 2 cards, which is really nice. Infernal Grasp for removal, losing 2 life. We don't care about that because the Anvil gains us life. It's just really nice removal. And then I think that's it, right? I mentioned discarding for 2 through the channel, through the Ronin. Worst case scenario, right? If you absolutely have to find removal, and maybe if you have a blood token that you're ready to sacrifice, then it makes it a little bit more viable. But don't just be sacrificing it, because it's an artifact that you can play over and over and over again. It deals damage, plus, like I said, it can trigger the reactor multiple times, and the patchwork, which is really, really nice. So you're always sacrificing one thing on your turn to trigger the Anvil's first ability, and then the other Anvils can wait and be triggered for quote-unquote chump block. So you'll declare blockers, then you can sacrifice your blocker because it was going to die anyways. And as long as they didn't have trample, you've now interrupted that damage, which should give you the sustainability to get you through the match. And you're gaining life, they're losing life throughout that whole process. And then eventually, you just pop these Dragon Spark reactors and go absolutely nuclear, which is really quite exciting. So that's the deck, you guys. Very competitive. We're having a great time within the play queue. And like I mentioned, if you guys give 500 likes, which is less than 10% of the viewership on my average video on it, I will take it into a standard constructed event, and we're going to farm some gold. Understood? Cool beans. So make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out that link tree. There's lots of cool goodies there. Enjoy today's gameplay footage, and don't forget to check around, or stick around, I should say, for today's card of the Dizzy, which is pretty cool. So enjoy the gameplay. And going first with a double reactor in hand. Oh no. Lord have mercy. Right. Let's stack them up. Oh, we can deal with that now or later. It's all the same. I say let's just take it while there's no counter magic available. Not ideal. Alright, we might have to kill one with a reactor. Interesting. Nice. Vampire's Kiss is one of my favorite things. I think we just keep going for it, right? And be a crazy person. And then next turn, both of these can become 3/3s. They're 22 life though, so we have to get them to 11. If the Sanguines can strike, you know, it does reduce that weight a little bit. Ooh, Galvanic. 3 mana up. Oh, nice. Vampire's Kiss is so good, and it reduces the lifting of the spark as well. Maybe I'll grab Vampire's Kiss. Now these become 3/3s. We've got quite a bit of damage, but they've gained so much life with the vampire there. We get the removal, nice. So this is a decent hit. Catching up quickly. We're down to 10 though. They could easily just spark us, right? It's a close match. Close match indeed. It's their last card. They could blood to discard, right? A few times. Oof. This costs 4 and they have 5. This is close. Can they keep generating more mana? If they're going to destroy our reactor, that would be good too. They galvanicked and a braid, killed both our reactors. I think that's what's happening to us here. Just a command on one of them. They go up to 9. There's only 3 mana for them, though. I think that saved them. I think it needs to be the synthesizer. This works. This works. Nice. Do they have removal? we hit for 10, and then 9 for 19. Holy Toledo's free-to-play version beating out this upgraded Grixis variant, which I think is fantastic. Going first with an Anvil. Alright, alright, alright. Let's also hit with a turn 1 Ronin. Take that 2 damage. Hello, good game. And that's really cool because we can get it back into our hand to replay on the Anvil. Or I guess the Dragon Spark. That's what I was thinking of. But it wasn't in our hand yet, so I couldn't remember. We've got it now, though. Might synth and look for the land if we don't pull it. Brutal. Just trying to find a land here. Thank you. Kill it before they get protection. Visitor out, that's great. Land. Anvil. Kill the synth. Hopefully we can play something that we draw here. We shouldn't have landed yet, in case we pull something red. Or another land. Let's chill. Then turn. I'd rather interact, like, if they're gonna equip something to it. Let's just take it. Oof. Right, that's like literally our worst nightmare again. Luckily for us, we can nuke it. Kami's back into their hand, which is never great. Back in play. Take our turn. Land out. Ronin out. Attack with Ronin for 2. Really? Absolutely. That triggers the Anvil. Triggers the Reactor. Let's end turn here. Gaining life's not great. Naturalist isn't great. Weaver of Harmony's not great. Yeah, let's still do it. Ooh, that's kind of weird. So we're going to deal 8 and kill the Naturalist for 4 damage. And we have 5/6, which is really nice. We can play this for 2. Kill the Naturalist. It'll trigger our Anvils. In turn, Kami's back, not great. We had to get rid of the life gain. Well, taunting, not cool. Let's get one more damage in. Actually, let's go in for 2. This kind of sucks. Do we synth for a red land, or we just take confirmed damage? I think it's just confirmed damage. Okay, for 4. There's the block. That triggers the anvils. Ronin back to our hand because the anvil's already triggered. This is close. Really, really close. They need trample, they need life gain. It has flying. That's really bad news bears. We need removal. Or we need to just kill them, and I think maybe we can. Yes, we can. Wow. Beautiful. Alright, here's 1 damage with a bunch of tokens. Now we can just... Oh no, we miss it. Oh no, this is... Because it's already tapped. We still get it. I was like, oh no, we have 2 damage and there's just one left. Beating the best deck in the meta with a free-to-play Artisan build? Holy Cult Anvil. That's pretty cool. And it's not like they didn't do anything. They played 2 Naturalists, a Visitor, Runes for trample on the lifelink, the Weaver, Haunting, Catilda, Kami. Like, it was all there. Woof. Going first with not a bad hand. Definitely not a good hand. I guess we keep it. Let's get our beetle on. They're using Snow Swamps, which indicates Blood on the Snow, Loath, maybe even a Meat Hook. Priest, interesting. Let's look for a land. Thank you. Beetle it up again. I mean, at least it goes 1 for 1. And many times, 2 for 1 is they'll use removal on it also, right? Like, we get a card from their hand, that's 1 for 1, and then they use a card on it, that's 2 for 1. Right? Like, that beetle has gone 2 for 1 now because we had them discard, and then they used removal on it. Let's sack the beetle, make a 1/1, kill the priest. And we're in business. 3 cards left in their hand. I'm nervous! Removal, which we take. I'd rather them lose 2 life than fizzle it. I don't need the 1 life, so it's like an extra point of damage. Let's self-sacrifice. We get the draw here anyways, so if it's a land, it's a land. If not, hashtag bummer, bruh. We get the Samurai out, which is actually pretty cool as a 2-2 with Vigilance. Let's sack for damage. Sacagawea! Sacagawea! Another battle. Let's first try to draw land. And see what, like, you know, maybe we pull a beetle or a different 2-drop, right? We don't want to tap out. We do get the land, which is fantastic. Battle enters. The Virus Beetle. Right? They're discarding, like, you know, that's card advantage. For 2. Nice. We just sacrifice it. Oh. Why isn't it an artifact? Sack the beetle, make a token, deal the damage, end our turn. Oh, but we actually should have kept that up to chump block, because now I have to actually block here. And they are going to grab a Virus Beetle, I guess. Oh no. You got my beetle. Lose our Blood Fountain. Just grasp this. You get out of here. I said get. Synthesizer out. Draw a card. Land in play. Sack the synth. Draw a card. Make the token. Play the synth. Draw a card. That's land. Cycling through our deck, though, at the very least, right? No blocks. I'll take the 1 damage. Hashtag don't care. Oh, no. Lord have mercy. Anvil out. Self-sack. Make the 2-2. Anvil. Double triggers for 2/1/1s. Ah, Deadly Dispute that we can't cast. That's actually really sad. We hit for 1. And turn. That Deadly Dispute would have been gasolina. A land. Lord have mercy on your soul. Sack the tapped one for damage. Sacked and untapped for damage. Take our turn. Self-sacrifice for 2/1/1s. We also get a 2-2 and we draw a card. Play that land, I suppose. Swing for 2. Nice. End our turn. We take them down to 8. Basically just infinite looping with the anvils, because when we sacrifice one on our turn, it makes 2 of them, which is fantastic. All of this land, though, is a little bit much. I will swing with all. That incentivizes them to block the 1. Ooh. Ooh. There's that pesky Xerathsan again. Let's take the sack here. I mean, we have the blocker for it. Land out past turn. It's a land, so, I mean, I don't care. We chump block the Trickster. Deal 1 damage. And they're just stuck in the loop without trample. Without flying. Two tokens, 1 damage. Actually, let's just hold this up. no attacks. We'll chill. Just run out the clock. Killing Artisan here. Down to 21, that's fine. Good game. Deck's pretty brutal, in all honesty. Once you get those anvils out, if they don't have, like I said, trample and lifelink or flying and lifelink, yikes. Going first with double black is typically not great, but it's like, look at this hand. There's only one red source here. It is a good red source, but we, we'll make do. Let's get that blood token out and about. Turning creatures like the patchwork and the beetle could be pretty cool. And then hopefully this patchwork automation can get in for some dirty dog damage. If for one, there could be ninjutsu. There we go. They create a treasure here, which is great. Nice little ramp skis. It's beautiful. And then the shadow's back in play. Beautiful. No red source. Let's hit for 2. Missing our land drop is hurtful. Hit for 4, down to 13, they make the treasure. Praise our land drop. Beetle. I need to kill this other creature here. Probably kill it now, in all honesty. Just while they're tapped, there's no counter magic, right? Let's nuke the blood token, because I don't know, maybe our automations die and I want to bring them back. It's hard to say, yeah? Are we racing? Heck yeah, we are. Only this dragon reactor was out. Turn 2. Oof, oof, oof. I shall block. They still have ninjutsu. 4 mana up. Oh, it's just another prosperous theft. Making another treasure. That's good. That's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Wish I had treasures. We're down to 10. They're at 13. Where's the anvil? Right? Where's all the good stuff, man? Ah, here it is. A reality chap. Let's just take the turn off, whatever. They would be hitting us for 6. Potentially even more. Yikes. They're down to 13. Synthesizer should help. The land we've pulled has definitely hurt us. Do they pay the ward for this? They do. Still 2 treasures up. Oof, oof, oof. Yeah, I'm gonna trade. Whatever. Not great. The treasures here are, that's what's killing us, right? So we have to identify that as a problem and try to progress towards it. They spent a lot of them on the reality chip, and now they can cast off the top, though. Both lands and spells, and here's the land. They have 2 mana up. That's another swamp. Hallelujah. Let's see what we get. Reactor to 2, which we can sacrifice. Apparently next turn. Swing for 6. Down to 7. I don't think they block. They might have... Well, no, they couldn't pay for it. Oh! That's additional attack pressure. We don't like that, and it's also ninjutsu. That's not the disruptor, right? Because we're going to block the thief. Oh, no. Oh, no. And then they ninjutsu... Well, no, they can't copy it. They only have 3, not 4. Oh, no. Getting hit for too many. This is 8 damage. We actually are just forced to block. Down to 3. And they at least have an additional blocker here. At the very least. That doesn't make sense. They're just doing less damage now. Oh, they had mana to pay for that because it's cost less through the Furmaster. Never mind, they only needed 3. I was thinking they needed 4 still. Quick man. 1 land. Sorry, Arena, not today. Trick someone else. Take the mulligan. Keep 6. Toss the removal like a complete idiot. Oh, gosh. I'm being a little greedy here. A little gradsy. Silver Raven is fantastic for ninjutsu because you get the scry every time. It's just good. It's just good. Can we find a 3rd land? I might synthesize her if we don't. Just in the chance that we do get a land, it's really important. They have counter magic here. Maybe it was a Walrus Disruption and we just dodged it. That's what I'd like to think. Nice! We hit the jackpot, boys. And girls. There's pretty crazy looking art on this thing. Weird. Like, do they have a 3rd arm? I'm pretty sure this thing's got 3 arms. So we get blasted with the counterspell there. They did have it. Another Silver Raven for the scry. Hit for 1. Land out. Anvil out. Dodge Worry. I hope. Doesn't look like it, though. A secondary Disruption Protocol. Who do you think you are? Man, you're tough. It's going to trigger a reactor. 2 times. Okay, they have 3 cards left. Hit for 2, down to 17. Whatever. A 3rd Silver Raven? Wow. Their whole deck is just Disruption Protocols and Silver Ravens. Badass. Let's sack the blood token. Trigger the statuette. Draw 2. Take our hit for 3. I think the Raven goes here. Reactor out. I thought it was another Disruption Protocol. I was just gonna 5-ed myself. Oh, man. Alright, all is well. We have a draw through the synthesizer. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good, bruh. They just make the bird a 4/4. Tempo me till next Tuesday. Their 4th friggin' Raven? What? What? How? Shuffler's fine. Shuffler's fine. I don't want to hear nothing. Alright, we killed Tezzeret. We're taking 7 damage here. Draw a card. Play a land. If 17 life, we could smash for 9, 10 is minimum. Oh. Ouch. This was clean. I mean, how often are they going to pull 4 friggin' Silver Ravens? But that was clean AF, brah. Really, really clean. Because we can't kill it. Good game. Oh, absolutely. Woof, woof, baby. That was fantastic. I love it. 4 Silver Ravens. But the Silver Raven, Disruption Protocol, and Teferi all together, that is fantastic synergy. Congratulations, bro. Stealing that. Going first. I have to Maliganos. Better looking land. We do get it. We do get it. We do get it. We're also going first, which is nice. I'm going to throw the synth out. The beetle's cool. I like the beetle, man. Instant speed removal. Hello, good game. Welcome to the Thunderdome. Bleep, bloop, bop. I think this is the first time we've actually maybe played Anvil. Oh, that's a good card. force a discard. And I don't think they have white protection for 1. So I'm just going to take it. I'm at 0. We only need 2 damage. And then there's no protection for them there. And then we can Virus Beetle Sacrifice. Basically just replaces itself. We deal 1 damage. Secondary Visitor. Here's a Companion. Yikes. Here's another Anvil. Sacrifice. Make 2 of them. And then we deal 1 damage, gain 1 life. We can chump block with another. Four land into a Catilda. This is brutal. We need double removal now. Let's take a damage. Gain 1 life. Try and take it now. And then we have removal up. Oh, we've already done that. Cancel. Cancel, 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 cancel. We want to do that on their turn as chump blockers, because we're not going to be making the tokens our turn, because we already did. This gets rid of the draw. I think that's beneficial. Ooh, but the life gain. We can interact with the life gain, though. So it's not the worst, as long as they don't get trample. Cancel, 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 cancel. Attack. Almost missed the damage. Then we get the 3/1/1s. Again, just still chump blocking this, as long as they don't gain flying or trample. We really need to deal with it, and then again, something else to deal with Catilda, because this is bad. This is bad. Still just drain them as much as we can when we can. Try and take the visitor out. I mean, they're just going to equip Catilda, so we're screwed. But do your best in this world. Actually cancel. Sack this again. And then maybe we get removal. No, another land. Yikes. So at this point, they just win, right? We got pretty close, but they have 5 mana to throw the Catilda enchantment on. Or do they? Maybe we have removal. Maybe we have removal. Trample is the problem here, right? That trample makes the chump block Impossible, because that damage just goes straight through. I cannot believe they don't put it on the lifelink creature. Okay, if they put it on the lifelink creature, that was game. I mean, it's still probably game, but we'll try our best. Yikes. Oh, they could still life gain it. And that is good game. I didn't realize they had another Rune of Sustenance there. Good game. So we can't chump block this. We only have 2 damage down to 8. And there's no way we'll outpace it. Down to 19. They go up to 17. Toss the land and draw. Pull our triggers. Decline, there's really no point in it. No! We're so close. Holy Toledos. I did not expect this to actually beat that enchantment deck. That has got to be one of the most rewarding things I've done all day. Which, hindsight is kind of sad, but don't take it away from me. Let's actually not reflect on it. Cool deck, having fun with it. How could we change it up and make it any better? Well, Vampire Kiss is cool, but, you know, at what point are we sacrificing the consistency through the removal that we have just for a little bit more damage, right? Because we've seen the value that the Virus Beetle can go 2 for 1, right? That's fantastic. You know, all the removal taking care of their life gain creatures. That is a must. So I just am unsure if we're not copying it, that Vampire Kiss is worthwhile. However, in theory, it is. I just really like to keep the consistency high. Now, if I were to use the Vampire Kiss, I think it would be the Blood Fountain and the Statuette that were to go. However, we've seen in today's video just how much value that they provide to the game, especially that Sanguine Statuette, right? So let me know what you guys think, of course, in the comments below. If you're going to upgrade this build, I don't even know where you'd go. I don't have an upgraded version for it that is Rakdos. I have a Grixis variant that uses Galazeth, and that is the addition of blue. And in this version, we actually are using Galvanic Iteration. We are using Vampire Kiss, and we're copying it to make a whole bunch of treasures to just go crazy that way. And that's on my channel, right? Like, this is a top-ranked Mythic deck if you're looking to utilize it. But so far, we don't actually have an upgraded Rakdos build for you guys. So if you have any thoughts, concerns, ideas, you know, the comments below. Would love to have those posted there. And, you know, let's take a look at card of the day here. So, pre-COVID, as far as I remember, Temple of Malady, June 27th and 28th, 2020. Now, that's actually dated, which is pretty cool. Holographic land, and when it enters the battlefield, it will do so tapped, and you actually get to scry 1, which is really cool, adding Golgari or black and green mana to your pool, either or, which is super exciting. So check out the Linktree link for our 15% off Titan Shield if you want to get in on that for all your Magic protection and organization products. Plus, there's other cool links in there as well, of course. Thanks so much for watching the video, you guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Like I said, if we get 500, I'll take it into a constructed standard event and we'll farm some gold. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon in the next.